We got some OnePlus news. This one's really exciting to me as a person because I'm a guy in the world, much like you. And every so often, I use a little wireless charging. Every so often, I like to have the option. It's in my truck. It's beside the bed. Every so often, I like to have the option. And one of the drawbacks for me with the OnePlus devices has been that they've been so reluctant to put the wireless charging in. I even spoke to the CEO about it. You see how the tone changed there? I even spoke to the CEO about it.
Is there a reason why it's...
I spoke to Pete Lau about it.
Yeah.
President and founder. You were there.
Yeah. Carl Pay as well.
Yeah, Carl's there.
Yeah.
I said, come on, let's just do the wireless charging for what it would take. We put few tiny little components in there. But I tend to think there's been a good reason why. Actually, let me just give you the headline first. OnePlus 8 Pro could be the brand's first phone to support wireless charging. Okay, great. Got that out of the way. And then we have some evidence on here that might lead you towards that speculation. In the past, I kind of get where they're coming from. They say, no, they had something back then, I believe it was called Dash Charge. They changed the name because there was some sort of issue, but they had one of the fastest charging phones at the time and continue to be one of the big players in fast charging. All those McLaren versions have increased charge speeds. And it's not just OnePlus. You have others like Oppo, and we've seen the competitions going on currently. And I think the fear is that if you advertise this wireless charging and you make it a big deal and you put it in your device and you talk about it, you might discourage people from utilizing what you probably conceive as your better technology, perceive as your better technology. Now, they didn't say that specifically. I mean, he said it in some similar words that he believed wireless charging was inferior. I just like the versatility. I like the option. For example, Will, I'll tell you right now, in my truck, there's a slot, which is wireless charging. Then beside it, there's a power brick, like an option to put in power, a typical household adapter. I have an adapter, a household adapter, plugged in there permanently, and I have the wireless charging section. If I'm having a casual day and I got a few battery numbers going and the battery's looking all right, I'll just drop it on the wireless section. Just say, nope, just drop it down. I'm driving. I'm off. Got the Bluetooth. It's all sorted out. But if I'm in a pinch and I know I got a short trip and I'm on the last legs of the battery, then I'll plug into the fast charger, which is in the household outlet of the truck. So this is kind of one of those weird scenarios in which here you're living with both options staring you square in the face, and you still, dependent on circumstance, choose one over the other, whichever is more convenient for that moment. Now, people are saying, Lou, you're crazy bananas. What's wrong with you? You can't plug the thing in? You're saying sometimes you're too lazy to plug. I'm not saying... What I'm saying is there's a convenience, there is a slight convenience factor with the wireless that sometimes, if you have both options in front of you, you will gravitate towards. So I've been waiting for a OnePlus device that supports it. I've been talking about wireless charging since 1987.
Yeah. It's been a while.
I'm 53 years old.
Yeah.
People don't know. People don't know these things.
What are the beards showing?
Yeah. Actually, I was seeing a thing. I was actually seeing a thing on my Google News feed about how they figured out the reason that stress turns your hair color. So take a look at that beard right there. Stressed out. No, it is not. Actually, the findings are it's not necessarily stress. Maybe you're just having a good time.
Yeah.
You know? But you got a lot to look forward to in that beard of yours there, Will. I'll tell you what.
Luscious.
Yeah, you got a lot to look forward to, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's the rumor. OnePlus may finally launch its first phone with wireless charging built in later this year, a tweet posted by tipster Max J. We got new tipsters popping up out of the woodwork, just tipping things off. He suggests the upcoming iPhone or OnePlus 8 Pro will include support for wireless charging. There's an image, and it says "Charge like a Pro," and it looks like the upcoming OnePlus device with the animation, and it's sitting on top of a wireless charger. Now, granted, it's important to note that Pete Lau, the CEO, as I mentioned earlier, he did an interview or he went on the Verge cast recently, and he seemed to indicate no chance. He said he finds wireless charging to be too slow and that it's just not worth it compared to fast charging provided by Warp Charge. Okay, it's Warp Charge. I think it used to be Dash Charge. I don't know. Changed the names. But then again, maybe he's just maybe the wireless charging of the past. You know, maybe it's more capable on this next version, or maybe he changed his mind since the Verge has. I don't know. Who knows? You have the leak, then you have this. All I have to say is OnePlus, if you're listening, particularly in 2020, it's becoming so important to compete on every feature possible. That's how competitive it is right now. Just throw in the wireless charging, call it a day.
Yeah.
Just put it in there, call it a day.
Have some options.
Just call it a day. That's my advice. If anybody cares. I mean, you don't have to take my advice. You could keep going with the Warp Charge. And like I said, I've been in that situation. I use both. So I'm the example. I use both depending on the circumstance.